Hello everyone, my name is Muskan. I am a legal intern at LexClick and Company. So today's topic of discussion is how to draft a legal notice. So let's proceed with our topic. What is legal notice? A legal notice is a formal written document sent by a person or an entity with respect to some grievance. It is sent as a warning to the receiver that the one sending the notice have certain grievances which are not properly taken care of by the receiver. Although the receiver has given enough opportunity to the receiver to resolve the problem, it is like a final warning to the receiver that the sender is all prepared to initiate a legal action, and it is the final opportunity for the receiver to resolve the issue in hand properly. Importance of filing a legal notice. Certain situations may arise where you get confused about how to initiate legal action in order to resolve your matter. The filing of a legal notice gives a new beginning to your journey of litigation. Therefore, it has various aspects in which it is important. By sending legal notice, it can give a clear intention on the part of the sender to file a lawsuit for the purpose of resolving the issue, to which the other party might respond immediately to save oneself from court proceedings. A person can easily describe his grievance in a legal notice with the help of an advocate. Serving of legal notice gives an opportunity to the receiver of the legal notice, that is, the opposite party, to resolve the issue cordially. It acts as a reminder for the receiver of the legal notice about the acts that have intentionally or unintentionally have created a problem for the sender. When to send the legal notice. There are numerous reasons for which you can send a legal notice to a person or an entity. However, the most common ones are disputes related to property such as mortgage, delayed possession delivery by the builder, eviction of the tenant, and the partition of family property, etc. Notice to the employer for wrongful termination, unpaid salary, violation of any right of the employee by the employer, etc. Notice to the employer for violation of HR policies, sexual harassment at the workplace, leaving the job without handing over the resignation letter, violation of any provisions of the employment agreement, etc. Notice to a company manufacturing or providing service of faulty products, faulty services, false advertisement, etc. Notice in case of check bounce to the issuer of the check. Notice in case of personal conflicts such as divorce, maintenance, child custody, etc. Legal notice under Section 80 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908. A legal notice is generally filed in civil cases. In the criminal cases, there is no filing of legal notice, as in case of criminal offence, the action is instituted by the state against the person committing the offence. The state is the supreme power. However, if you intend to initiate a civil suit against the government, you have to serve a legal notice to the government beforehand. Only thereafter you can file a civil suit against the government. Section 80 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908 provides for sending of a legal notice to the government or public officer if one wants to initiate a legal action against them for any act claimed to be done by such public officer during the course of his official duty until the expiration of 2 months. The purpose of the notice is to give Secretary of State or the public officer a chance to evaluate his legal position and to offer some kind of compensation without going to a court of law. Essentials of Section 80 of Code of Civil Procedure: name, description and place of residence of the sender of the notice, statement of cause of action, relief claimed by sender of the notice, summary of the legal basis for the relief claim. Is serving of legal notice mandatory? As per Section 80 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908, it is mandatory to serve a legal notice before the filing of suit if the opposite party is government or public officer. But in practically, it is seen that advocates to serve legal notice before the filing of all the civil cases. However, it is not mandatory to serve a legal notice in all civil cases except in case of filing of a suit against government or public officer, but formally it has been sent by the party intending to sue. The reason behind this is to bring it to the knowledge of opposite party that the sender of notice is making the last effort to settle the matter in hand. Also, it gives a credibility to the story of the sender as it expressly states all the liabilities of the receiver. Legal notice under Section 138 of Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. In the case of check bounce, it is mandatory to send the legal notice to the issuer of check within a time frame of 30 days from the date of a check bounce. If no repayment of money is received after 15 days of the delivery of legal notice, then you can initiate a legal action within the 30 days from the date of completion of 15 days after period. Criminal liability is also established under this section, wherein the drawer of the dishonored check may get a sentence of 2 years jail or fine or both. In the notice, you have to provide details of the transaction for which the check was issued, details of check, details of dishonor, etc. through a lawyer. Notice to be signed by both lawyer and payee. notice to be sent through registered post. For Section 138 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. How to draft a legal notice. A legal notice is essentially a notice sent by an advocate on behalf of a client. It is not mandatory for a person to send the legal notice to an advocate. He can send the legal notice of his own accord without the assistance of an advocate. It is not even mandatory to send the legal notice, as there is no specific provision in enactments of law that make it mandatory to issue a legal notice before filing a suit. A legal notice is generally issued by an advocate on behalf of a client for the purpose of soliciting a settlement. It is issued either to accept the settlement or to reject it, although in order to avail a civil suit or legal remedies. Upon legal notice. Step 1. Below is a sample letterhead of the advocate who is issuing the legal notice. The letterhead is to be specific and proper. It has to have addresses and contact details of the advocate. This aspect is very important, as the letterhead needs to be specific and clear so that the opposite party may respond to the advocate in case they wish to contact the advocate. The date on which the legal notice is issued, the name, address and contact details of the person to whom the legal notice is issued to the state, and accordingly notice is to be commenced. A legal notice could be sent through a registered radio or through a courier. There is no specific procedure to issue legal notice. The notice can also be personally tendered to opposite party as long as opposite party is willing to receive it and sign an acknowledgement of his receipt. There is no compulsion to send the legal notice only through a registered radio or through a courier. The reason we prefer to send it through registered radio is that the receiver acknowledges the receipt of notice on the registered radio card, which is then returned back to the sender. Therefore, it becomes a document of proof as it regards the opposite party having received or receives the legal notice. Now, getting into the notice, the first paragraph should be under the instruction of my client, the residence of I have to address you as under. This is a system that is generally followed, but you can also follow the different system. For example, I am concerned for my client who is a resident of, and accordingly I have the privilege of addressing you upon her instructions. Step 2. Every paragraph in the notice is to be prefixed by the phrase my client state. This is a very good practice as the opposite party has to know that the statements that are being stated in the notice are coming directly from the client and that they are not created or fabricated by the advocate. When this phrase is prefixed before every paragraph, the opposite party understands that the client is instructing the advocate specifically to state such statements in the notice, and the opposite party understands that whatever the advocate is saying is based upon the client's instruction, so that the reputation of advocacy is not tarnished in front of the opposite party and helps in inviting the settlement. The notice that is being provided here is a notice that is being issued by the landlord to tenant for the purpose of a recovery of rent. That is, the tenant has defaulted in making the payment of rent. Therefore, the landlord is issuing a statutory notice to the tenant, calling upon the tenant to make a payment of rent or of a specific period, defaulting which the landlord should be constrained to pursue civil evidence before the civil courts. You can see the contract of notice below and know how to draft a legal notice and what language is to be used while drafting. But one thing that you all need to keep in mind while drafting is that you have to always prefix my client's state before every statement of yours. Step 3. An important part of notice is that you have to state that you want from the opposite party. When you want to convey to the opposite party is always stated in the last paragraph. In the last paragraph, you instruct and invite the opposite party that the opposite party has to do so and so within the specific period of time following which the sender will be constrained to avail the civil remedies. Step 4. You can also frame the last paragraph differently, that is, in the event you are issuing the notice for the purpose of inviting a settlement, then you can always state in the last paragraph that you are hereby called upon to settle the matter amicably, or that you are hereby called upon to meet me in the office, or something of that sort for the purpose of settlement, which is not always that you have to give the opposite party an ultimatum. You can also invite the opposite party for settlement. It will not hamper your recourse to the legal remedies in case the notice fails. Subsequently, you have to sign as an advocate. This part of notice is also very important, especially nowadays. The notice is invoked, and in this you have to clearly state that you are issuing notice under the instructions of your client, and you have to obtain the signature of your client. This would act as an estoppel as against your client from saying that the notice was not directed to issue by him, because quite often this happens that if the advocate has faulted somewhere, then the client elect against the advocate and file complaint even before the consumer forum for deficiency in service. Therefore, if the signature of client is taken, then it stops the client from saying that he did not read the contents of the notice. If the client reads English, then it would be good if the contents of notice are being read and explained to the client in whichever language he is comfortable with. So that's all for today. If you like my video, do like, comment and subscribe the Let's Click It Up channel. Thank you.